I'm your host, Jason Breitkoff. Today I want to talk about a question that comes up so many times when I'm working with students and parents. And this question has to do with the SAT and the ACT pretty much equally. And it's, what are accommodations and can I get them? So the first part of that question is, what are accommodations? Accommodations means that a student is able to take the test in a slightly different manner than the majority of students. The majority of students take an SAT or an ACT in the way that the test is set out. You get a certain number of minutes to complete a certain number of questions. And then you get some breaks, and then the test is over. When you have accommodations, they alter the way the test is administered to meet your needs. The most common accommodation, of course, is extended time. Extended time means that instead of 60 minutes for the 60-question ACT math section, you get 90 minutes, time and a half. Or on the SAT, when you have the 65-minute SAT reading section, you would get approximately 100 minutes. A little extra time because the student needs that extra time based on their individual plans at school or background education. There are other accommodations. On rare occasions, students can get double time, twice as much time, and that usually requires the test to be administered on a special day, at a special location, over 2 days. Other accommodations might include use of a computer for the essay instead of writing the essay by hand, or in extreme cases, someone to assist a student in taking the SAT, perhaps even a scribe. So the question that then follows is, well, can I have accommodations? And generally speaking, the answer is no. No, you don't really need accommodations unless you actually need them. How do you know if you need them? Well, it always goes back to school. The College Board, the people who write the SAT, and the ACT organization will look at what accommodations your student, or you if you're the student, get in school. If you get extended time in school because you're on an IEP, Individualized Education Plan, or a 504 plan, then they'll match that accommodation. If you get double time at your school, the College Board and the ACT will match that accommodation. Students who have dysgraphia or other conditions that make it difficult for them to write with their hands will be the students who get the keyboard or computer accommodation for the essay. I worked with a student who had cerebral palsy and was physically unable to write, and because of his condition, had a difficult time seeing text on a page. So he received an accommodation in school that he had a scribe, someone who would read text to him and write for him or type his work. The College Board matched that accommodation, and he used a scribe at a special testing site on a special testing day, near but not identical to the regular testing day, on the real SAT. So if your question is, can I get accommodations, and you don't already get accommodations due to an IEP or 504 plan from your school, then the answer is no. I have met so many families where a student is diagnosed with a special learning issue in the middle of junior year in high school. Maybe the school will match that diagnosis and come up with accommodations, but the College Board and the ACT will almost never match that accommodation because it's so late. They see it as an attempt to game the test. The only time they match accommodations if they're long-standing, with a doctor's diagnosis and years of schools meeting that accommodation. If you have any other questions about the SAT and ACT and accommodations and how they match them, utilize them, and meet them, please feel free to leave a comment below, whether you're watching this video on Facebook or YouTube, or if you're listening to this video, if we post it as a podcast, you can always hit us up on our Twitter account, @EndeavorPod. It's a great way to reach out to us. My phone or iPad will give me a notification, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that way we can tell you what we think and answer any questions you have. Also, if you enjoy this video, please remember to like, star, heart, or whatever system your viewing of choice lets you do. And of course, you can always subscribe. That way you get new videos and or podcasts as soon as we drop them. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and hopefully you got a lot out of it. And as always, let's keep learning.